Hello viewers, tutorial 13 question 10, and we have a couple of trig equations to solve. So firstly we have a sine equation, and there's something in red from the formula sheet that might help us. So we need to solve 25 equals 22 minus 6 times the sine of x minus 0.7. Okay, so what would our W be for this question? W is going to be what's inside the bracket, which is x minus 0.7, and if we rearrange that, solve it for x, we get x equals w plus 0.7. So if that's your w, then your equation is 25 equals 22 minus 6 times sine of w, and if we subtract 22 from both sides, we get 3 equals minus 6 times sine w, and so therefore sine w equals minus 3 over 6, which is minus 1/2. Okay, so theta is going to be what we get when we take the sine inverse of minus 1/2, which gives us a value of negative 0.5235. Actually 5236. Okay, so we're ready to draw our table now that we've got theta. So we're going to have a column for values of n. We're going to have a column for w with working. We're going to have a column for w with an answer and x. So n, we've got w for working. We've got an answer for w. And we've got x, which as per our rearrangement is w plus 0.7. Okay, so for n equals 0, so n equals 0, w is going to be, working is going to be putting in n equals 0, so we get 0 pi plus minus 1 to the 0 times theta, which theta is our value, which is negative 0.5236. That will give us negative 0.5236, and then if we add 0.7 to that, we get 0.1764. n equals 1, we get 1 times pi is pi plus minus 1 to the 1 times theta, so that's going to be times negative 0.5236, which gives you 3.665, and if we add 0.7 to that, we get 4.365. And n equals 2, so we've got 2 pi plus minus 1 to the squared times theta. Again, theta is negative 0.5236, and that gives us 5.760. And if we add 0.7 to that, as per our rearrangement, we get 6.460. So we've gone over 2 pi now. Let's check which solutions are within range. This solution is between 0 and 2 pi, which is between 0 and roughly 6.283. This is between 0 and 6.283. That one's too big. Okay, so we have our two solutions. Now, question B, we have another trig equation to solve. In this case, it's a tan equation. So we have 5 equals 7 plus 10 times tan of 2x plus 0.11, and we need to solve that for x. Okay, so the first thing to do is to decide on our w. So w equals 2x minus 0.11. So we can solve that for x. X is going to be w plus 0.11 is 2x, so we divide that by 2. So far we have 5 equals 7 plus 10 times tan of 2x minus 0.11, which is your w. So therefore negative 2 equals 10 tan, let's switch to w, so therefore tan of w is going to be negative 2 over 10, so therefore W is tan inverse of negative 2 over 10, and if we calculate that we get an answer of negative 0.197. So that is our value of theta. So we have theta. Now we're ready to use our table. Okay, so we've got a column for n. We've got a column for W with working. So we've got a column for W with an answer. And we've got a column for x, which as per our rearrangement is W plus 0.11 divided by 2. Okay, so for n equals 0, we get W equals, let's move that down a bit so we can line things up a bit better. So n equals 0, we get W equals 0 times pi plus negative 0.197. Okay, so that gives us a value of negative 0.197. And if we substitute that into W plus 0.11 divided by 2, we get an answer of negative 0.0435. For n equals 1, we get 1 times pi is pi plus negative, so minus 0.197, which is 2.945. And if we substitute that into our rearrangement, so 2.945 plus 0.11, divide that by 2, we get 1.5275. N equals 2, we've got 2 pi, n is 2, so this becomes 2 pi plus theta, but theta is negative 0.197, so we get 6.068. And this gives us, if we calculate that, 3.098. So we've still got a little bit of space to go. We're trying to keep going until we've got all solutions before 2 pi. So n equals 3, this is going to be 3 pi, n pi is 3 pi, minus 0.197, which gives us 9.228. And then 9.228 plus 0.11 over 2 is 4.669. And n equals 4, we get 4 pi minus 0.197. So our value of that, if we calculate that, we get 12.369. And if we work out your x from that, it's 12.369 plus 0.11. divided by 2 is 6.2395, which is almost 2 pi. Remember, 2 pi is 6.283, so that is pretty close. So I think we can be confident that we've got all of the solutions now. So this negative solution, negative is certainly too small if we're looking for solutions between 0 and 2 pi. And all of these 4 solutions are between 0 and 6.283, so all of these are within our required range. Okay, thanks for watching. Over and out.